Are you struggling getting likes on Instagram? Have you noticed that your engagement is either remaining the same or dipping? Well, today we're going to talk about how to increase your engagement on Instagram and break through that pesky algorithm. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, we are High Season, a social media agency that works with business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers, helping them step up their social media game and break the algorithm. So, today we're going to talk about how to increase your Instagram engagement.
Yes.
That algorithm, I tell you.
It's pesky. It is, as you said.
Super annoying,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are coming to us, and we've seen this be spoken about everywhere.
Yeah.
Instagram engagement is declining, and I think that could be really because a lot of people are just doing the same things that they were always doing. They're not really adjusting to the way Instagram is adjusting, and that's causing their engagement to decline or just stay the same.
Yes.
So today we're going to talk about our tips that we've used that are proven to help you increase your engagement on Instagram.
All right, number one, the first thing we have to increase your Instagram engagement is something we call the 3-tag approach. You need to tag accounts, you need to tag location, and you need to use hashtags.
Tag.
Triple tag. Triple T, can't forget it. So this applies to both the feed and the stories. When you are posting, make sure you always tag in accounts. If there's any brand you're wearing, if there's anyone else in the photos, make sure you tag them, whether it's in the caption or in the photo themselves. Draw their attention to your post.
Products
as well,
yeah.
Just anything around that would align itself with what you're posting about. Tag the location. Always tag the location, both in stories and in the feed, so that they have a higher chance of reaching the explore page, and that's a great way for exposure and to get into a new audience. And thirdly, of course, the hashtag up to 30 for a feed post. I don't know if there probably is a limit on the stories as well. I've never heard.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the best ways to increase your reach.
Stay tuned for 2 new videos coming up, which are, I'm bringing it up. A hashtag, a specific video dedicated to hashtags and using the best hashtags. Okay. And also an Instagram Stories hack video that's going to show you how to hide hashtags and hide all the tag locations and all that stuff so you can keep your story pretty.
Yeah. All right.
The second tip to help you increase your engagement on Instagram is to use scaled images instead of square or horizontal images. So if you look through the app while you're scrolling through it, I'm going to put something here so you can see. And when I talk about scaled, I just mean 4x5, which is vertical. So a vertical image, it just fills the feed more. So it's like you get that opportunity to have like center stage. And that just kind of makes your image stand out. We've actually tested this with our clients, and it's ridiculous, and I welcome you guys to do the same thing. Go through your insights and see if you notice, if you have ever posted 4x5s, if they're at the top of your most engaged posts. We've definitely found that over and over and over again, that these are the highest performing posts that we have.
Number 3, use niche hashtags. So when you search in the hashtag search function on Instagram, or just the search function in general, you can search for a specific phrase or a word or a topic, and then it'll bring up all the similar ones. So if you search for something like beer, craft beer, there's going to be literally millions and millions of posts using that hashtag. But then you can drill it down. You can look through other ones. There'll be regional ones like Ontario craft beer or Quebec craft beer. And you're able to drill it down. So if you just put craft beer on your post, you're going to have less of a chance of being discovered organically or end up on an explore page because literally millions of other people are using it. But if you're using something smaller like Ontario or Quebec or something more specific, drill down and probably put a balance. It's not going to hurt to use the larger ones, but if you can focus more on the niche hashtags, it's definitely going to give you a high chance of being discovered and interacting with the audience that you're really specifically trying to reach.
Tip number 4 for increasing engagement is ask a question. Now, this works for various reasons. 1, it helps you build a community, which is the number 1 most important thing about Instagram. But the reason why it also helps your engagement is because it'll help you rank. When talking about the algorithm, Instagram uses the first, it's not exactly specifically known whether it's the first 30 minutes or first 60 minutes, but we know within the first hour at least. When you post to Instagram, it serves it to just a select audience to test to see how engaged the post will be. So if in that first period of time during testing, your post is ranking higher because you've asked a question and a bunch of people are responding, something where you would have had 10 comments, for example, and then you reply to becomes 20 comments, which means Instagram's going to be like, oh, this is a really engaging post, and rank your post higher. So it helps you with engagement because people are commenting on your post as opposed to just passively liking.
Yeah.
But it also helps you because you get a conversation started, which helps you rank higher in the algorithm, which overall increases your engagement. We definitely, for our actual craft beer podcast, we ask a question every single time, and we always get responses, and we always get a dialogue started, which just helps the posts have higher engagement.
Yes, and on stories as well.
Ask on stories as well, because that's great for like in terms of responding, and like Instagram also tracks that DM activity that's going on. So always reply. That's the number one thing too. Always make sure you reply to everything.
Yep. Alrighty, number 5. Use Instagram stories daily. Stories is the easiest, lowest hanging fruit for increasing Instagram engagement by far.
Yeah.
Super simple. You don't have to think about it as much unless you have quite a serious curated one with Liquid Happiness, which is
For the clients we do like pretty heavy designing, but you don't always have to.
No. Yeah. And it's kind of nice to have the balance as well.
Yeah.
To have something sort of casual where you just pick up the phone and you just show people what you're doing, whatever that might be. So we have a few ideas for stories. If you're a little stuck and you don't know what to do, here's just a few simple ideas that pretty much anybody in any situation can use. Motivational quotes, you can find them everywhere. You can just screenshot another Instagram account and repost that even. Behind the scenes stories. So if you are, whatever you do, whatever you're doing, if you're able to show a bit of a sneak peek behind the brand, behind the business, with you, your teammates, your colleagues, whatever, just showing what you're doing, sure, whatever. Just talk people through it. Yeah. Maybe if you're just having some fun at the office or wherever it is.
People love that. It's like a nice raw version of the company, right? It doesn't always have to be so crafted and curated.
No.
That it gives the opportunity for it to be more of like a connection between you and your customer.
That's it. Instagram has a fantastic poll feature. You can ask a question and you can, it's just an easy way for engagement. It makes people tap on your post, really. That's what it is. And then it might start a conversation from there. Super simple way to do it. And you've also got the ones that, I find it a little redundant, but the one where you swipe the how much do you like it or whatever. I mean,
that's
I
just
guess
like really just for fun. Yeah, it's just to get people to. I think I'm jumping in here just to say Instagram wants to see that you're using the tools that they've given you. This is how they rank you as an active and interesting account. They've actually said that we rank your account and your post by the amount of time that you spend in the app. So you being in the app and actually like using the sticker stuff and talking to people, having conversations via DM when people are replying and you're resharing these replies to Instagram stories, these are all factors that tell Instagram that you're an active and engaged account, which puts you higher. And it's all about getting your ranking higher.
That's it. All right, user-generated content. So UGC, super key. Generally, if you're a brand that's been around for a little while, you would have had some user-generated content, some customers or clients of yours who are producing their own images or videos of what you do or whatever you're selling and posting that on their account. Yeah. So if you can share that, like whether it's like they posted it to their feed, you can share it to the stories, or they shared a story and tagged you, make sure you always repost that if it's appropriate, because sometimes it isn't, but just a nice little easy way to keep that going and show the social proof that there are people out there who are paying for your services or for your goods and products, and letting folks know what's up.
Yeah.
If you have an upcoming launch or something that's coming soon, or you're working on something, give people a peek. Like at the end of the day, there's so much noise, I guess, in the world that it's sort of hard to really, like, I guess, poke through all of that. And one way to sort of do it would be generate some, I guess, excitement by putting some teasers out there. Now, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just showing that you're working on something gets people excited that there's something new and fresh in the future. And the last one is share your existing blog posts. You have a great way of doing it for high season, where you sort of make special stories that have, like, maybe you just take a portion, like a little sentence or two of each one, and you just share them in a sequential thing of stories, or not even a portion of it. You just take the title of each, say if it's a listicle, you'll put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each swipe is another one.
Continuing on for stories, in terms of best practices for stories, I guess this is tip number 6 still? Tip
Separate it out.
Separated, why not? So tip number 6, make sure that you're really optimizing your stories. So optimizing your stories will allow for better visibility, which will draw more people to your page, which will have them get to your posts, which will increase your engagement. So what you'd want to be doing is making sure that you're always tagging the location in your stories. A lot of people don't do that. Mention someone when you can, if it's relevant, so that way you can get reposts and have your stories rank higher. And also always hashtag. Tagging the stories is just going to allow you to be more visible on the Explorer page.
Yes. All right, number 7?
7.
A lot of tips today. Test writing longer captions. A lot of time people on Instagram tend to kind of go for a shorter, snappier, quick, witty type of caption. But there are accounts, I don't know if you guys have seen them before, but there's a bunch of accounts that
I
just
feel like
put
Nat
novels.
Geo and stuff like that
put
actually
novels?
put
Yeah.
like pretty intense captions. There's another she's kind of influencer business owner, Jenna Kutcher. I'll put her captions up here. I'll put an image here for you to see, and maybe Nat Geo's. If I'm right, it's Nat Geo. Great opportunity for storytelling, and that's why we really recommend testing it. In the end, it's always a test. But one thing that is a factor is that it allows people to be on your post longer. And Instagram, when they're seeing that people are spending more time on your post, they're going to deem that it is interesting, and it's going to help it be served to more people, which increases your engagement.
That's it.
Tip number 8, collaborate with influencers so that you can get better content. The better your content, the more likely it's to be engaged with and interacted with, which is going to increase your engagement.
Yes.
In addition to that, collaborating with influencers also just draws more people to your page. So if they're sharing, if you make sure that you have an arrangement where they're sharing to their feed and also providing you with content, then you're getting kind of like a double bang on each side. That's going to help you rank higher and increase your opportunity to reach a new audience.
And if you want to know a little bit more about influencer marketing, we dropped a video pretty recently about that. We'll link that in the description as well, just so you can find out how to tell if that influencer is actually influential. Last tip number 9, when you post, share that post on the feed, share that post in stories, and with the new post, they got a bunch of new post stickers. It's just an additional way, because stories are such I guess they're pushing it really hard.
Yeah.
And the feed, it's harder to break through that algorithm, but it's easier in stories. So if you can post that new post in your stories, a lot of people do funny things. They'll put like a little emoji over the face and
Yeah.
there's a picture of them, which is like just makes you want to
click
see
through, yeah.
what's up. And
Yeah.
I've done that a few times. I always thought didn't really apply to me personally for my personal account, but I've done it a few times and it works pretty well. There's some things I don't care if people see because it's my personal one, but some things I would like them to see, and I found that pretty good. And it's like something we do occasionally for clients, not all the time.
Yeah.
If it works for your brand, it feels natural.
Then
Definitely a
do it.
good little way to do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, guys. So those were our, seemed like we hit 9.
I think we hit 9.
9 tips on how to increase your engagement on Instagram.
Yes.
So if you found these tips helpful or you have any questions, please comment below. Let us know. And yes, your thumbs were up. Sorry, you got excited. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Hit subscribe below. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from us. You can follow us on social media at High Seas & Co. everywhere, because consistency is key. And you can check out our website at highseasandco.com. We've got a ton of blogs and a bunch of fun stuff on there as well. Thanks for watching, and until next time.